Hi guys. Before I getting started, let me just tell you where you are today. So you are all my college IEP students again, as always. You are in advanced level.
Mhm.
So today, I'm gonna teach you reading comprehension, and I'm gonna start my class in a second. So if you guys are all ready for my lesson, give me a thumbs up. So I will go ahead and start. Okay, thank you. Hello, everyone. Nice to meet you all today. How's everything going?
Yeah, great.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. Okay, it's good to know you're all good. I'm pretty good, by the way. So before we getting started, let's just take a look at this quick cartoon. So can anyone tell me who's this guy on the right? Who is he?
Prime Minister of the Britain.
Yeah, yeah, I think I accidentally showed you the answer, but yeah, he is Boris Johnson, and he is the UK Prime Minister since 2019. And the reason that I want you to get familiar with him is because he is the main person or the main topic that we are going to discuss today. Okay, so later I will give you guys a quick short text to read. It's about him, and it's also related to what's going on around the world recently. Okay,
Okay.
so now I'm gonna want you to do a quick speed reading, and each of you will have only 30 seconds for each paragraph. You will have two paragraphs in total, and spend only 30 seconds on each paragraph. Okay, what you're gonna do is summarize each paragraph's main point just in one sentence. Okay, so just use one sentence to summarize what you understand from the text. Okay, and
Yeah.
don't be stressed out. This is just a quick warm-up exercise. If you don't get the whole picture, it's totally fine. Okay, because we're gonna closely look into that context later. Let's start. You should finish on paragraph 1. Now move to paragraph 2. Okay, so you finished? Everyone finished reading it? If you don't finish it, it's fine. Okay, so can anyone tell me about the result? How's your reading?
Yeah. I noticed that the first paragraph is about although he test good, but a version, version unit about this guy.
Mm-hmm. Anyone else? Second paragraph.
And he is recovering.
Okay.
And he seems to be overworked.
Overworked. Okay, so you grab that vocabulary from the text.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just say the whole passage, this short passage, is about he's saying thank you, right, to the nurses, and about his how's he doing and how's his attitude towards having the COVID-19, right? So that's about the main point. So now I'm gonna take you to a closer look for the vocabulary from the context, okay? So the first vocabulary is self-isolated. Anyone read the meaning for the self-isolated? Any volunteers?
I can.
Go ahead, Doja.
Please.
Okay, so put yourself in a place out of contact with other people and
Anyone?
self-isolated.
Yeah, perfect. Anyone has questions for this one? Good?
Mm.
Okay. Anyone for the next one, pandemic? Go ahead, Kenji.
Pandemic, a disease that has spread over a whole country or the world.
Great job. Third one, symptoms.
I'll go.
Shirley, go ahead.
The signs and physical and mental features of an illness or disease.
Anyone
Symptom.
has questions for symptoms? All understand? If you have questions, ask right now because you will be challenged later, okay? So make sure that you fully understand each vocabulary. Next one, intensive care unit. I will go this one, okay? A special medical treatment in which a patient who is dangerously ill is kept under constant observation. By whom? Can anyone tell me? Take a guess by whom?
Nurse.
Nurses,
By nurse. Good job. The next one, precautionary. Precautionary, a measure taken in advance to stop something dangerous, unpleasant, or inconvenient from happening. Anyone has questions for this one? Well, we always heard this phrase, precautionary measures. For example, wearing masks during this global pandemic, okay? Cool. And next one, can anyone go with next one?
Conscious, aware of, and responding to one's surroundings.
Awake. Yes, exactly. How about next one, exemplary?
exemplary, being the very best of its kind.
Yes, being the very best of its kind. So like you guys will be the very best of what? English educators. So you will be exemplary English educators in your future. How about next one?
Have a duty to pay or repay something in return for something received.
Great. I will go for the next two of them. Biographer, a person who writes an account of someone's life. So basically someone writes your life story for you. Regardless, without paying attention to the present situation. For example, I could say, Angie, stop playing with your phone. You are, regardless of what I'm talking about right now, right? So that could be an example. So next, I'm going to take you to the next level of this same topic, okay? But it's gonna be a longer context, a longer passage with more complicated phrases, with more complicated sentence structures, with more vocabulary for you to read, okay? But don't stress out, this is not speed reading. This time I want you to take your time, closely look into the passage, okay? Make sure you fully understand everything about it. I will give you 5 minutes to do it. And you can either read it loud or just read it by yourself closely. If you want to read it loud, make sure you mute yourself. And if you're finished, go ahead, give me a quick thumbs up. Or you can click on yes on the Zoom. I see Shirley has finished. Okay, so you're all finished. Let's go to next. So remember, I said when I went through the vocabulary, I said make sure you guys are fully understand. Okay. So after you read this one, perhaps you notice that this one has almost exactly same meaning from the previous one, right? But this one is a little bit harder to read with more longer sentences, like more complicated sentence structures and some new vocabulary, right? So next, this is the first paragraph. So I took out the first paragraph and I want you to do a quick matching exercise. So self-isolated. This I will just do a quick example for you. So number one, self-isolated, and I should matching the meaning on the right to find the correct meaning for self-isolated. And I see self-isolate should be matching with number E. Put yourself in a place out of contact with other people. I remember Luojia read this definition earlier, right? So now we're going to take turns. Luojia, can you answer number 2 and number 3?
Okay, so number 2, pandemic is, let me see, I think it's C, a disease that has spread over a whole country or the world. And symptoms should be the signs and physical and mental features of an illness or disease.
Great job. Got them all right. Shirley, can you do number 4 and number 5?
Yes. Number 4, persist. I think it's F, continue to exist, be prolonged.
Yes, exactly. And number 5?
Number 5, intensive care. It should be A, special medical treatment in which a patient who is dangerously ill is kept under constant observation.
Yes. Yes, good job. Kenji, can you do number 6 and 7?
Okay. Precautionary. It should be G. A measure taken in advance to stop something dangerous, unpleasant, or inconvenient from happening. And the 7, conscious. Conscious should be D. Dog. Aware of and responding to one's surroundings, awake.
Yes, perfect. So let's take a look at second paragraph. Again, I will model the first one. Okay, number 8, exemplary. So I think it should be matching with M, being the very best of its kind. Luojia, you want to do number 9 and 10?
Okay. So number 9, I think should be matched with K. Have a duty to pay or repay something in return for something received. And 10 should be matched with N. A separate room in a hospital, typically one allocated to a particular type of patient.
Perfect. So I was meant to challenge you a little bit from this passage. So as you can see, I put 3 words in red color. So all of the other vocabularies you should be familiar with already. But these 3, I left them out. So you can feel a little bit challenged, but I think it is not difficult for you to understand or to be guessing be able to guess what these three words mean, okay? So I'm gonna see if Shirley can get number 11 and 12 right. Shirley, you wanna take a chance?
Yeah. 11 biographer. It should be a person who writes an account of someone's life.
Mm-hmm.
And number 12, regardless, it should be without paying attention to the present situation.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. Regardless. Okay, you guys got them right so far. Let's see. Kenji. Kenji got the most difficult to see.
Oh, wow.
Match up.
Okay. Number 13, inclination. It should be I. A person's natural urge to act or feel in a particular way.
Mm-hmm.
Number 14, outlook. Outlook, it should be, well, L. A person's point of view or general attitude to life.
Yes, perfect. You guys surprised me, definitely. Good job. So, does anyone has any question regarding to this passage so far?
No.
No? Okay, so let's move on to comprehensive questions. So I have prepared 3 sets of questions for you. So each of you guys will take 2 of them. So who wants to take color yellow?
I'll do that.
Shirley took yellow, okay.
Yeah.
How about blue and red?
I think I can do that.
Okay.
Okay, cool. I can do
Difficult for me.
Okay, and Kenji, you took blue, okay? So I will also send out the whole passage and also these 3 sets of questions that you just picked to each one of you, okay? And for your assignment 1 for today's homework, is that first you will write down the vocabulary that you learned today, as well as the meanings on your notebook, on your vocabulary book. And also you will answer these 2 questions that you picked individually. Okay? So let me make sure, Loja, you picked yellow. Loja picked red, and Shirley, you picked yellow, and Kenji, you picked blue. Okay?
Okay.
So that's your assignment 1. And I will also send out this passage as well as the vocabulary list. Make sure you wrote them on your vocabulary notebook. And also for your homework number 2, I want each of you to write a newspaper article about what's going to happen next. Okay, what is the next stage in this news story? So you can either talk about what you think if you are Boris Johnson, what you're gonna do, what measurements or what reaction you're gonna take for saving your country, or either saying thanks to the medical workers or saying thanks to all people that supported and helped in this global pandemic. Okay, it's up to you. So you can write from different perspective, but should be focusing on what you think gonna happen next, okay? And make sure the requirement length for this news paper that you wrote is maximum for 2 paragraphs. Don't go over 2 paragraphs, okay? All right, so thank you so much. That's pretty much for today's lesson. Thank you. Okay, guys, anyone has some feedback for me?
Yes, I enjoy this topic because it's pretty related to the recent situations.
Mm-hmm.
When you teach students, you should relate the topic to the recent what something is happening right now. I think I like the topic you choice.
Thank you. Any other feedback for me?
I really like the speed reading part because sometimes you are not have time limited. You could spend a lot of time to read even a short passage. So the speed reading helps students to form a better reading behavior. So they can just get the main point of the reading real quick. And one thing I can suggest is that for the second exercise, because we have 2 paragraphs, maybe you can let us finish the first paragraph and finish the matching, then move on to the second. So that way, student can have a how to say like the time to process like separately, not as a whole.
Thank you, Shirley.
Okay, thank you, Yunan. I really like your vocabulary focus in this lesson that put a lot of input about this passage and very helpful for college students because this is a very popular topic about current situation, and we can learn about this topic. And well, I also like you use schema theory and extensive reading to about this passage to test a little bit higher than students' level to answer those 2 words and so on. And just a quick question about your final writing, because this lesson is about vocabulary close or vocabulary focus lesson. So maybe students need some grammatical structure for that kind of
For writing.
Yeah, for writing. Yeah.
The writing portion, right? You mean?
Yeah. But I like that assignment because it's like a creative assignment to what it goes next. It's very wonderful. Yeah, thank you. That's all.
Thank you. Yeah, so that's why I actually designed 2 assignments. So the first one is more like lesson focused. You need to write down the vocabulary and you need to answer the comprehensive questions. And the second one is because I consider these college students, they should be able to critical thinking, have critical thinking and to have their own way of expressing their thoughts to better prepare. So I just want to give them a chance to kind of practice on their thinking a little bit further, but not like a writing assignment. So
I pretty like you combine both reading and writing within one lesson, and you include pre-reading, while reading, and post-reading. Like you give us a pretty quick preview of the text, and while reading we read extensively, and post-reading as assignments let us to answer the comprehension questions. So
thank you so much. You guys are making me flattered. Stop.
Okay, that's it.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, guys. So I will go ahead and stop recording my lesson. Thank you so much.